But gosh, yeah, I don't know. It's funny though. I don't remember like for Travis Scott, for example, obviously he was kind of going through some shit recently. And, I don't think Travis Scott is like canceled yet. Like, I don't like, isn't it like, I know we got through like a lot of shit with his last concert and all, but I don't know.
Astrofest.
Do you think what happened at Astrofest got him canceled?
I
Like,
mean, yeah, it definitely, yeah. I mean, it definitely. It's just he's a A-list celebrity, has such a big fan base. He's just. It's that kind of thing where he's definitely had to lay low, and his pathetic excuse of an apology didn't help
mm-hmm.
at all. It got memed so bad, and he
Oh
didn't even
yeah.
say sorry in his apology. And, the whole thing isn't his fault. But even then, I'm the biggest Travis Scott dick writer around. I fucking love his music,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I'm just definitely still a fan of him. You got to separate the art from the artist. But like even then, even before the whole Astrofest thing, I know he got like a bad. He just came off like an asshole in a
Mm-hmm.
lot of his videos, and like a lot of people like spoke up about him being an asshole like after the festival. But even like before then, like people like talked all the time about how he was such an asshole, like to work with and stuff like that. And you know, like I said, I try to separate the art from the artist. And I love his music, but yeah, I mean, he was definitely canceled in a way. He's gonna get I think the totals for getting sued and like all the allegations and whatnot. I think he has like over like a $1 billion in lawsuits. That's that
Ooh.
I saw something like it's I know it's got to be hundreds of millions easy, but yeah, I don't know how all that's gonna go through. And I mean, as horrible as it's, obviously it sucks for all the victims and all the people, stuff like that. It's fucking traumatizing and it's horrible, and he definitely deserves to be held accountable. But in
Mm-hmm.
all honesty, I'm just bummed out because his next album, Utopia, is gonna be delayed even longer.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll make it even better to listen to. I don't know,
Yeah.
but obviously, and I think we even had this conversation like outside the recording our podcast, where I think I mentioned how like people who get canceled, I guess depends like what they're getting canceled for, but like if it's something like kind of really ridiculous, like most people just don't let it get to them and they just keep doing what they're doing. So like with Travis Scott's point of view, like he's gonna have to like wait a while until he releases new music, but I think once he starts releasing music again, I think things will be fine for him. But obviously, like you've already mentioned, outside that festival, he's been known for being kind of an asshole. Like I think you and I watched the same TikTok where this guy, he was like a producer. I don't actually know what
Yeah, he was like
his
he was like an engineer.
yeah, an engineer.
Yeah,
What
I
is
know
it?
what video you're talking about.
Yeah, and he was saying how I wish I would know his name so we could like let people know who we're talking about.
Give him
But
credit, yeah.
yeah, but he was saying that he was like that was like the one person he worked with that was like the biggest asshole to him. And did you ever watch his video? Who the best people he worked with? For his as an engineer,
No.
it was Nickelback.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah, Nickelback. He said they were the coolest guys like he was with because I don't actually know any of the names of the guys in Nickelback, but like one of them, he met one of them first, and then he was just like asking him how he's doing, and then he's like basically just being really nice to him, asking him if there's anything else they can do for him and whatever. And then then he brings it back to his other band members, and they're like, "Hey, this is so and so," and they're just like, "Oh, what cool, what's up, dude?" And it's like they're all like drunk. I think they're like drunk or something like that, or buzzed, and so they're like all in a good mood.
Yeah.
And so but he said that was like his best experience, like working with like an artist. But I thought that was kind
That's
of
interesting.
interesting because I don't really just listen to Nickelback. I mean, I don't think they make music anymore. But I remember like their one song, "Photograph," would get meme. Did you ever see like
Yeah. Oh, of course. Who didn't see those memes?
yeah, there was I think the most popular one is like the guy's like, "Look at this graph," and he's showing a graph and
Yeah,
there's nothing
yeah.
else.
Yeah, that one's funny.
um,
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, I definitely wouldn't say I'm a
Wait, what?
fan, but I definitely
Oh,
think they got overhate. Can you hear me?
sorry. Yeah, your voice cut out there for a second, so I'm like, oh.
Am I better now?
I mean, I think so. Yeah, we'll just see how
Oh,
things goes.
okay. Yeah, I was just saying, like, I definitely think Nickelback's overhated. I definitely, I don't, I wouldn't say I like Nickelback, but there's a handful of their songs that I think go hard.
Yeah, like
But
some.
I mean, they're all old, like from when I was like a kid.
Hmm.
But even then, it's just like there's a few songs that I think are good. But other than that, I think it just became like cool to hate them.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't think
Yeah.
they're as bad as people make him out to be.
Yeah. Do you remember when people tried to cancel Eminem? I
No, but I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's funny because like that didn't go through like at all. I mean, he would probably just
Do you
create a
remember
song.
people trying to cancel? Do you remember when people were trying to cancel Joji because he was a Filthy Frank? Or, he used to be Filthy Frank.
Oh, well, I don't know if I remember them trying to cancel him, but I remember when people found out that Filthy Frank and Joji were the same person. And
They
it's
were
like,
freaking
really?
out.
Like, you didn't know that? Like, how do you not know
Yeah.
that? It's like, it wasn't like a secret or anything. I mean, he shows his face
Mm.
and everything. Um,
Yeah.
but I totally forgot about Filthy Frank. I mean, is he irrelevant now? Like, does he even like continue?
Irrelevant's the wrong word. I mean, because I mean, yeah, he's Joji now. So I mean, like he's like making serious music and he's doing well there. Yeah, because I mean, he stopped Filthy Frank. I think it was like new beginning of 2017. I think he tweeted out that Filthy Frank wasn't a thing anymore. No, I think it was beginning of 2018. He said Filthy Frank wasn't a thing anymore.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, yeah, and it's funny too because I only knew him based on friends because they were able to figure out who he was, and then they would share videos from him and show me them. Like I never actually came across him myself. Um,
Yeah, I think Joji's my third or fourth most. Uh, Joji's like the third or fourth most listened to artist I have in my Spotify collection.
oh,
I
really?
think about, yeah. I mean, I was listening to him since before because I mean, he was releasing Filthy Frank music and then he was releasing Joji music also. And I remember he had "I Don't Want to Waste My Time," which was like his biggest Joji song at the time, and that was in sometime in 2017. And then he released "Will He," and then eventually released Tongues EP, which was nice, and then Ballads One, which was a good album. And then he released Nectar like late. It was supposed to come out, I think, on my birthday of 2020, and then it got postponed to like late September.
Hmm.
And that Nectar, like that album was good. Like it was definitely getting into the mainstream more, but there were some songs on there I really liked.
I don't know if
So
I've.
yeah, no, he's definitely blown up more in like popular culture, as an artist. But I'm not the first person to say this by any means, but I firmly think, besides the Spartacus 200, I think Filthy Frank is the best YouTuber of all time.
Oh, really? Huh.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I got some competition. But I should start making music. But
Yeah,
no.
yeah, well, luckily, I mean, he isn't posting. Filthy Frank isn't uploading anymore, so you should be able to beat him.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if I've ever listened to a Joji song. Because I'm aware of who Joji is, but like I
He
just
created the Harlem Shake, right?
did Joji create Harlem Shake?
Or Filthy Frank, yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, they made the first ever Harlem Shake, and then it blew up.
oh really?
Uh,
I didn't know it started with
yeah,
him. Oh, I guess that makes a lot of
he's a pink
sense.
guy costume, and then they danced to that song, and
Yeah.
then after that it blew up.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense now. I totally forgot about the Harlem Shake. That was another trend. That was like during the era of what's it called? Gangnam Style.
Gangnam
Uh
Style's eighth grade, eighth
and
grade.
I think it was our freshman year of high school. What's it called? What Does the Fox Say came out.
Yeah,
There were some really iconic songs that came out during those years. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny looking back, like kind of back then, and kind of like what I had with me. Like for example, my iPod Touch, which I don't. They don't. Do they still make iPod Touches?
I have my dad. I remember my dad bought like one of like the OG iPhones. He didn't have the touchscreen. You like scroll around in
Oh yeah, my
circles
dad
to
has one
like
of those
go down
too.
and up. Yeah, he
Yeah,
has one.
yeah. I don't know how often he listens to it though, because mostly he just plays music on his speakers and plays Spotify or whatever. But like my iPod Touch, it actually I was just right before we recorded this, I wanted to see like how many songs I actually have on there. I have 1,679 songs on there, and most of those songs actually came from my dad because he has like a bunch of music downloaded like on his Mac or something like that. And basically all I did was like hook up my iPod Touch to his Mac and just download any song I wanted. I think I had a lot more than that, but it took up so much storage on my iPod Touch I had to just start deleting a bunch of songs. But most of it's like a bunch of like old rock music, or a lot of older music. Like, I have like every single Beatles song, every single Rolling Stones song, every single like AC/DC song. I mean, like it goes on forever. Eric Clapton, that was another one.
Yeah, I remember seeing like OG iPod ads. I'd see like the banners like whenever I go to the mall, and it would show a picture of the iPod, and then on the screen it would show the cover of Gorilla's Demon Days album. So that was in 2005. So I'm thinking back and buying like the OG iPod and listening to the album, listening to Feel Good Inc. for the first time. That had to have been fucking insane.
Jeez. Did you? I think you have a voice changer because your whole voice sounded like a robot that when you were talking.
Could you hear me the whole time?
I mean, yeah, for the most part, but there was some. It would kind of cut out a little bit, but hopefully people understood what you're saying. But yeah, I'll let you know if it gets like really bad, and then you can just switch over to your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
If you have to. But yeah, my iPod Touch, God, that thing's old, and like, of course, I still have some of the old games on there, like Jetpack Joyride. That was a really fun game. And I remember. Wait, say that again.
Do you have Doodle Jump?
Oh my God, I have no idea what you're fucking saying now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? A little bit. So we'll just repeat it one more time.
Do you have Doodle Jump?
Doodle Jump? Okay, I think I've heard of that game, but I never actually got into it. So, yeah, but I don't know if it's on my iPod Touch, but the old Angry Birds games, I would like get 3 stars on every single level that you could possibly be on. Like, I think it was Angry Birds. No, yeah, it was the first Angry Birds game because they had like different chapters or something like that. I don't remember, pages. I don't know what to call it, but I remember getting like 3 stars on like every single level. And there was, except for one, there was one level I just could not get 3 stars on, and I just could never figure it out. But yeah, Jetpack Joyride. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I want an iPod Touch so bad. I like my friends had one.
Oh, fuck. Tristan, stop talking. See, your voice is not. Okay. It's not working. It's not working. I don't know what's going on.
I'll switch to my phone.
Okay, we'll see how that goes.
Let's see how that goes.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. This is something that is pretty much expected every episode from now on.
Boop boop bop beep boop beep
beep boop bop bop. But yeah, Angry Birds was really fun playing that. Jetpack Joyride, I remember there being like the different achievements you can go for, but there was like a secret achievement, and that secret achievement, you didn't know how to accomplish it, but I accidentally figured it out when playing it one day. And oh wait, Tristan's typing in the chat. Come on, what are you saying, Tristan?
Keep going.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I figured it out because like I can't remember what I was doing exactly, but like I wasn't like really paying attention, and I ended up dying. Do I have to call you or can I just join a general? We'll see if there's a general option. If not, just call me and I'll just answer it that way. But yeah, in Jetpack Joyride, I remember I accidentally like died early on when starting it, and I unlocked the secret achievement because I collected 69 coins, and that was how you unlocked it. You had to collect 69 coins, and I accidentally had 69 coins, and I died or whatever, or failed, and I got the achievement, and that's how I was able to figure it out. I didn't have to Google it or anything. I figured it out by accident, and I was really proud of that moment. But
I remember in like 7th grade. Can you hear me just fine?
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, cool. I remember in 7th grade, a lot of my buddies in the 8th grade had iPod Touches, and I remember I was so jealous of them. And then whenever I got a Kindle Fire in middle school, and I had Angry Birds on that. You remember Where's My Water?
Where's My Water? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it was like a puzzle game, and I had like an alligator or a crocodile on the cover. I had that, Angry Birds, Doodle Jump, Jetpack Joyride. It's funny looking at it now. Like, I don't have a single game downloaded on my phone.
Nope, I don't think.
Like middle school, whenever I'd borrow people's iPod Touches, it wasn't even to play. It's like a whole like got any games on your phone meme. Like that's how I was. That's how I was. And like looking at it now, I don't think I have a single game. I have like that Rocket League, that RL Sideswipe game, but even then, like I played that like when I first downloaded it, and I haven't touched it since.
Yeah, actually, I have my iPod Touch in my hand right now, and on the back, It says property of my name, and then it says I got it Christmas 2010. That is when I got this, and it's 32 gigabytes. And what's funny is I have 4 different folders filled with games on them, and so
Jeez.
yeah, so I have Angry Birds. I have the space version of Angry Birds. I forgot about that. The original Angry Birds, Angry Birds Seasons, Tiny Wings. Did you ever play that?
No, what's that?
There's other games similar to it, but I can't. I don't know if I ever show you the game, like you'll be like, oh, it's one of those games. I don't know how to describe it. Basically, Tiny Wings is like you play as this bird, and you just slide on a bunch of hills, and when you get at certain angles, you can go up really high, and your goal is to like try and go as fast as you can and keep the momentum. And it's just infinite. I also have Flappy Bird downloaded on my iPod Touch.
Oh man,
I could probably sell this thing with a lot of money.
Yeah, you probably could.
Holy crap!
I remember. I don't know if you can do it now. I mean, because I have an iPhone now, but on my Google Play account, since I installed that app under that email, I could still reinstall the game. I remember because on my S6, I think that was my last non-iPhone that I had. And that was 2016. I remember I could still reinstall Flappy Bird and still play it.
Dude, and then Swing Copters. I don't really remember that game for some reason. And then, did you ever play the Battle Bear games?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh! So the first one was like, you couldn't move or anything, and you just it was kind of like a defense game in a way. And basically, what it was is you played with this bear, and you had like a bunch of different weapons you used to shoot and stuff. But you would like shoot these other bears that would like trying to basically attack you, but they'll like try to attack you with hugs and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
And at the very end, they become like zombies or something. And then there was like. Actually, there's 2 other Battle Bears games here. I don't remember.
Did you ever play Bloons Tower Defense 4?
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
Bloons Tower Defense is like you were like these monkeys, and then you were trying to pop as many balloons as you could. Like a bunch of balloons were like going through this maze or whatever, and it went from point A to point B, and the main objective was to pop all the balloons and make sure none of them make it to point B.
Oh no, I don't think I've ever played that.
That was on addictinggames.com, if I remember right, because I remember playing that all the time in like the library as a kid, and then it was also you could get it on your phone as an app.
And did you ever play? Then I have the Call of Duty Zombies app. I have that.
I remember playing Kino on that.
Call of the Dead was one I played a lot because I just never played it on console. And then, did you ever play Call of Mini? Did you know what that was?
No, what was that?
Call of Mini was like. They had different versions of it. I'm trying to remember, but it was basically a zombies game, and you just basically kill zombies. There was like 3 different versions. There was the original Call of Mini Zombies. There was Call of Mini Sniper, Call of Mini DS. I don't know what that stands for. Defense, maybe, or something.
Was it for the Nintendo DS?
Well, it's on my iPod Touch. And then, did you ever play like SAS Zombie Assault?
No.
It was a computer. You could play it like a flash game on the computer, but they also made an app for it too, which was much better because I think it had a lot more items you could use to unlock and stuff like that. I played that a lot. Like I remember every night before bed, I would just be grinding it like crazy and just get like every single thing unlocked. And then
Didn't Plants vs. Zombies start as a phone game?
Yeah, it was.
I remember that. I didn't really play it, but I remember seeing it. I remember it being popular. Now it's like a full like video game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you can play it on like Xbox and stuff like that.
Oh, Fruit Ninja! Did you ever have Fruit Ninja?
Oh, I didn't have it on my iPod Touch, but I played it on like my parents' iPad and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's funny because like Fruit Ninja and Crossy Road, I had both of those, and like those are both like games that you'll see at like arcades now. They've made like bigger versions of it, and Flappy Bird too.
I got Minecraft Pocket Edition.
Oh, nice. Dude, you remember whenever Flappy Bird do you remember why it got taken off the App Store?
Like, didn't the creator, he didn't like how popular it was getting or something?
I heard it was because somebody killed somebody over the game.
What? Really? You know,
yeah.
I'm looking this up. Hold up. Hold the phone. Okay, let's look this up.
Yeah, I remember it was something like that. I remember it wasn't on the App Store for too long, but whenever it was, it blew up. Or it could have been on beforehand, but I remember whenever it blew up, like it was just like a couple month period, if I remember right. And after that, it just got
okay.
It went on.
So this is what it says. Flappy Bird was removed from both the App Store and Google Play by its creator on February 10th, 2014. He claims that he felt guilty over what he considered to be its addictive nature and overuse. So literally because it got
that game
popular.
took over my life.
Yeah, that was so much. Oh man, that game was very addictive back then.
And I remember after that, whenever you couldn't get it on the App Store, they made a game called Flappy Doge, and you were like, or Doge, and you were the Doge like meme, and then you were just going in between like these like purple tubes, if I remember right.
Oh yeah, there's like so many different spin-offs versions of it. Did you ever play, what was this called? It says Madness on my iPod Touch, but it was an alien defense game where it was like I guess you're playing as the military and like aliens are like trying to attack. What happens when I open it up?
Did you ever play Madden Mobile?
What's it called?
Madden Mobile. It was just on your phone.
I remember a senior year you played that a lot, but I never downloaded it.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Yeah, like junior, senior year. But after that, yeah, I mean, it played a lot. Like, did you ever have like a PSP or a DS?
No, I never did.
And I had both, not at the same time, but like different time periods. And whenever I had my PSP, all I would play was Madden 07. And Madden 07 and it was definitely, I had Madden 08, that's what it was. I had Madden 08 and I played that religiously, and it played really, Madden Mobile played really similarly to that game. Yeah.
Did you ever play Clash of Clans?
No, that was the one game I couldn't get into. Yeah. I remember how it was like freshman year, but I was never able to.
Like there's a certain point when you get to Clash of Clans where things take way too long to like upgrade and or obtain resources, and it's just like you can only log on like once a day, and it's just really boring. So then you just eventually stop playing it. I can't believe people like went all the way to the end of that game. I mean, you had to have spent money on gems and stuff to like upgrade things instantly. For me personally, I was like I never liked spending money on like microtransactions and stuff like that.
Did you ever spend money on microtransactions in like apps? Phone games?
I think a couple times I did, but it wasn't very often that happened. But I just never. It's just so stupid because I just knew that it's just like, well, shit. It's like they're doing everything they can to just make me spend money, and I don't really want to do that. And I think that's one of the reasons what drove me away from mobile games is because there's like Call of Duty Mobile. Like when you log on to Call of Duty Mobile, you have like a million different pop-ups saying, "Oh, you can buy this with COD points. Oh, you can do this to unlock with COD points or whatever." And it's just like they all requires you to spend money, and it's like, fuck. Like, is there any actual like content in the game for me to use like for free essentially? Like come on.
Not just on COD Mobile, but just going on COD just on console or anywhere. It just seems like there's always some sort of thing about microtransactions.
I know.
And like I obviously like I think we can all agree none of us like microtransactions, but I remember like I think they did it right with Black Ops 2 because remember with the DLC 1, if you got that you'd get the Peacekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
I like that concept a lot more.
And didn't they make it where you could buy the Peacekeeper separately too?
What was that?
Didn't they make it where you could buy the Peacekeeper separately too?
I don't know. Maybe. But it was just, I like that because, I mean, I like the Peacekeeper just fine. You know, it wasn't like I don't think it was a revolutionary gun. You know, it was like, it wasn't that one where, like, if you didn't buy it, you weren't going to be as good at the game. You know,
it wasn't
that's what I like
gun.
about it.
No.
Yeah.
But do you remember the Ripper from Call of Duty Ghost? That was a really good gun. That was like the first DLC gun where like it was like not necessarily broken, but it was like definitely noticeable and everybody wanted it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of other games. Did you ever play Mega Jump? That was a mobile game.
No, I never did.
But I'm also looking like some of like my entertainment apps, like iFunny. I used to use that all the time. It's actually kind of funny because I think iFunny was made by Russians, and now Russia is kind of like not in a good spot right now politically. So,
do you think Ukraine took iFunny off the App Store?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't used iFunny in a long time.
Oh, you don't know?
No.
Oh, you don't? No.
But
yeah, it's that. Yeah, I remember being a kid. I remember like middle school, early high school, being on the school bus and just looking at iFunny.
Yeah, I think like the last time I used it was actually like it's actually not like basically a year ago is actually the last time I used it, but the app became very political. Like, you would come across a lot of propaganda memes, and it just got really old really fast. And it was and it's like, fine, whatever, like, I don't care what people's political views are, but they made the app like essentially catered towards certain political views. I noticed it, and I'm just like, this is so stupid. Like, I just want to see something funny. Like, why does it have to like cater to this political point of view? But and also I actually have the original Vine app on here. I have 2 notifications on it apparently. But did you ever use
what happens when you open up Vine? Like, what happens?
That's a good question. Let's do it. Let's see what happens.
It takes you to TikTok.
Oh no. Yep. What am I doing? I'm not. my iPod's not even connected to the internet.
Oh.
Because it said it couldn't load post or anything. Here, let's see if I can hook it up. Oh, I do have Wi-Fi turned off too. Let's see. Yes, connect it, please. I gotta type in the password. Oh my god, this tiny thing. Holy crap.
Yeah, I remember you having an iPod in 7th grade, and we were in the vans to go to one of our middle school basketball games, and you were listening to Paper Cut by Linkin Park.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Hybrid Theory, that's a banger of an album.
It is good. I mean, Crawling is kind of cringy to listen to, but cannot verify server identity. Oh, cancel. I don't know.
That Points of Authority, Pushing Me Away.
At the end, I almost said This Is the End, but that's not the name of the song. But yeah, In the End, that was a good one. Come on, let's see if anything will load. Come on, load Vine. Oh my god, will it not work here? Let me actually reset the app. Let's see what happens here. I'm actually really curious if anything will actually load up now that I have it hooked up to the internet. Okay, let's try this one more time. Come on. Oh my god, it's so slow. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It just won't load anything. Nothing will load up when you open it up. That's really sad.
Damn. That is sad.
Oh, well.
I liked Vine. Vine was nice.
Yeah, but Vine was made by the same people who made TikTok too, right?
They went from Vine to Musical.ly to TikTok, if I remember right.
Right. Yeah, huh. Yeah, it's really sad the way Vine ended. I mean, that was, oh my god, I used that all the time during its prime. It was just so, oh god, there's so many memorable things. And then one thing I will say about Vine that I didn't like is that, like, I never really paid attention to like the really popular posts that were funny out there. And like every time like somebody would try to like give me a reference to a Vine, I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? like I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, because I would always like look at like the more like less noticeable Vines that were funny, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, iPod Touch, definitely. This thing, I definitely used it a ton. I wonder how long the battery life lasts on this thing, because it's always, I have an iHome next to my bed that I essentially never use. But because I used to use it as an alarm back in like high school and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy, like how much different technology has and all the apps that way people play now. I am curious, like what some of the popular games are, like on iPhones and stuff like that. I'm sure Call of Duty Mobile is one of them. And Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, I think is actually still popular, because I used to play that in high school a lot. But I don't know. But you used to have like Nintendo DSs. You used to have like those portable like gaming devices, right?
Yeah, they were the shit.
Yeah. See, I never owned one, and I always wanted one, and to this day, I guess I still don't have one. I guess I could just go out and buy a Switch, because Nintendo Switches are pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been bugging you to get one. They're really cool. I like them a lot.
I know, but I'm just afraid like I won't play it too much. And one thing that really sucks about Nintendo is that they are so strict on like what you can post on YouTube, for example. Like, copyright for Nintendo is like super high, and it's like you can't get away with anything you can't upload like any content on YouTube with Nintendo, and it's such like a huge bummer, because there's a huge opportunity for a lot of content creators that can like make Nintendo content, and they just won't allow it. I don't know, it's so dumb.
Yeah, how are they when it comes to streaming? Because I feel like I've watched multiple like Ocarina of Time walkthroughs and Super Mario 64 walkthroughs on just Twitch.
Yeah, maybe it's different on Twitch. Maybe they're a little bit like, I don't know,
More
less,
lenient.
yeah, more lenient over Twitch rules and stuff. And I think on Twitch, I think it's possible to like play any song you want in the background of your stream as long as it's not like too loud or something. I heard something like that. Where on YouTube
Mhm.
you can't play any song whatsoever, or else you're gonna get like a strike, or not necessarily a strike, but a claim, and and you can't enable that video for monetization, so you can't earn any revenue off of it. And so, but Twitch, I think, yeah, a lot easier when it comes to music. I know that. But then again, I don't really use Twitch. Like, it's very rare I ever go on there. So,
Mhm. Yeah, me too.
but we're actually getting to the end of this podcast here. We dove pretty much into our middle school lives, honestly, like towards, especially towards here at the end. But yeah, honestly, thank you guys so much for listening. If you listened all the way through, I really do appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, the name is the Spartacus 200. I mean, if you're listening to this on YouTube, then you can easily find it. But on Spotify, just go on YouTube, type in the Spartacus 200. I'm sure it'll pop up. And that's really all I gotta say. You got any ending remarks, Tristan?
No sponsors this week. We're broke.
Yeah, we're a little bit. We gotta find some more sponsors. But yeah, unfortunately, we don't have anyone this week. Anyway, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next week.
See ya.